What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk about the top 5 short squeeze stocks that you need to add to your watch list going into this upcoming week. So I'm going to go over all the things you need to know, but first make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off with data points, we do have a couple big things coming out that could really get the market hyped up. One is going to be on Wednesday. So lately the market's been really tearing apart FOMC minutes, really looking at how members are really kind of looking at the foreseeable future, whether it's going to be more stagnant or wanting cuts or even for whatever reason hikes. The market's going to be looking at that. So if the members are more oriented towards future cuts, then the market's going to get hyped up. So that is going to be on Wednesday. And then on Friday, we do have a lot of big things. So we have GDP and PCE. So that's going to really change the market's perception of, are we in a slump or are we still expanding? Because a lot of the recent manufacturing data has actually been very positive. So really it's inconsistent with what's been happening with a lot of growth and speculative stocks. On a side note, this week is a shorter week, so the market is closed on Monday. But getting right to the list, not in any particular order whatsoever. First one is ticker NLST, sitting at 108. Over the last 1 year, it is up 61.12%. And then over the last 1 month, it is up 12%, despite consolidating a little bit. This stock actually has been on this list in the past when it was roughly around the 50-60 cents. So I definitely had some good momentum for that. This is what they do, so feel free to pause it and read through it if that's your thing. Currently, 9.05% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 26.9 million shares overall being shorted. Cost to borrow average, 17.67, so that's an annual rate, not a daily rate. DTC is 28.1, so that does really signal that shorts are very overextended because DTC does factor in the average volume in comparison to number of shares being shorted. Short score, 84.91, so the higher the number, the higher the likelihood of a squeeze happening. And right now there's about 25.2 million shares on loan, but 26.9 million shares being shorted. So there is more shares being shorted than on loan. That definitely shouldn't happen. So this is kind of a scenario of naked shorting, which typically is very difficult to prove. And then through IBKR, it does indicate about 250,000 shares is available to be shorted. Reason why I bring that up is sometimes with stocks with limited supply, you could be seeing some buying from big players just for the purposes of lending it out. So this stock definitely adds to your watch list. Side note, it is a OTC stock, so you might have some individuals unable to purchase it. But I think overall, if you can, it's definitely worthwhile, and it's actually had some good opportunity for some good money. Moving on, Opendoor sitting at $4.45 over the last 1 year, up 196%. And then over the last 1 month, it has really gone hit quite hard, down 35.86. Big catalyst for them is going to be their upcoming earnings on the 19th. After hours, -9 cents for the earnings per share. That's the current estimate. 594.02 million for the revenue, and then over the last 90 days, 1 positive and 3 negative revisions to the earnings per share. This is what they do, so feel free to pause it and go through it. 15.46% of the free float is being shorted, though. Works out to be 120 million shares overall being shorted. Similar to the last stock, there is more shares being shorted than on loan, so another naked shorting type of scenario. And so this is why I kind of wanted to add Opendoor as well. DTC 1.7 days, and then through IBKR, it does indicate more than 10 million shares. So in this case, probably won't be seeing any buying just for lending out purposes, but nonetheless, with their earnings right around the corner, this stock definitely adds to your watch list. Moving on, ticker is GLO. So there's 2 different tickers. This one is under the TSX, so Canadian exchange. Then they do have one for OTC. Ticker is GLATF. So over the last 1 year, up 28%, and then over the last 1 month, down 9.9. So it has been consolidating. This is what they do. So diversified metals and mining based out of good old Toronto, Canada. Right now, 8.71% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 40 million shares overall being shorted. DTC, very overextended, 11.43 days. And then short score is 77.76. So very interesting stuff Right now I did pull up the TSX version, and I don't believe it actually shows number of shares being shorted. So actually, my apologies, it does. So 2.8 million shares is available to be shorted. So you could be seeing some buying going into this upcoming week just for the purposes of lending it out, but most likely if it gets down to, like, let's say sub 1 million, that might be more applicable. But moving on to the next stock, ticker is EVTV, sitting at 218. Over the last 1 year, down 38%. Over the last 1 month, down 21.5. This stock definitely has proven itself in the past that it can easily go up. Since then, though, shorts have really doubled and tripled down. This is what they do on a side note, so feel free to pause it and go through it. So automotive manufacturers, 22 employees based out of Houston, Texas, 28.4% of the free floats being shorted, works out to be 840,000 shares. That's exactly what the market likes to squeeze. Heavily shorted, low float. Cost to borrow average is 263%. So that's an annual rate, again, not a daily rate. Short score is 80. And then through IBKR does indicate 150,000 shares is available. So most likely you will be seeing some money or big money buy just to lend out. So this stock, again, add to your watch list. And last but not least, ticker is PLSE. So Pulse Biosciences, sitting at 2301 over the last 1 year. It is up 7.47, and then over the last 5 days up 8.13, and then 61% over the last 1 month. So definitely getting a lot of good attention. This is what they do: healthcare equipment based out of good old Miami, Florida. 15.1% of the free floats being shorted, works to be 2.6 million shares. DTC 10.53, short score 82.35. So everything's looking pretty overextended coming from shorts. And then through IBKR, roughly around 200,000 shares is available to be shorted. And so yeah, definitely shorts have been lingering around with a lot of these stocks for a while, but with some pretty good potential catalysts coming out this week, we could be seeing a nice push higher in the broader market. So let me know your thoughts on these stocks. Is there any other stocks that is kind of a squeeze play? If so, drop some tickers in the description. One final thing, pop over to my Patreon if you're looking for some solid buy signals on stocks, options, crypto. Put out daily day trades, numerous swing trades. Worthwhile to pop over there and check that out. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.